Hi there, Sony gamers. Oh, excuse me. I just thought I'd do a video about PlayStation Network, seeing as everyone else is doing it. I might as well do it too. So, yeah. As you all know, PlayStation Network got hacked. If you don't know the backstory, there's a whole thing going on. The guy that hacked PlayStation in general, Geo Huts or something. That guy who broke their security encryption, the PlayStation used to run the console the way they want to run the console. Sony went after that guy, invaded his privacy, did a few things. And the people that he worked with, or the hacker community that he's part of, did not like that. And they declared war on Sony, calling it Operation Payback. First they hacked the website, and then eventually they hacked PSN. I've watched a few videos from some of the people in the group or the people involved, and they say it's never been their intention to go after Sony customers or people that use PlayStation Network. They just wanted to prove a point that, it's a stupid way to prove a point, I think, but they want to prove a point that they should be able to do whatever they want to their console. It should be able to be like a jailbroken iPhone, but in doing so and compromising the security of it and all the user files, they haven't accomplished anything really. All they've done is pissed off a lot of people. While they may look like they're the kings and things like that, I would have gone about it a different way. Hacking PSN might have been a great thing to do by thought originally. It would have been smarter for them to hack a website, or just to put up or start a community and just show people about the security holes or security problems that Sony have with their PSN. But by doing so and infiltrating and obtaining that information, they've crossed the line. I don't know if they actually did download that, what I've heard is a text document with everyone's information in it. But if they did, then they crossed the line. They could have broken into PSN and left that information alone, but they didn't. They took it. And hackers, while they'll say, it's not our intention to go after people, blah, 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 they have that information, and they can use that they'll be going through that file, and they'll be looking for people who are part of Sony or high-ranking officials or whatever. They'll be trying to get into their account. So, most likely they're going through that file anyway, But, it doesn't mean, as Sony gamers, we should jump up and down and be scared and jump ship and go over to Xbox. And see, me, I'm an all-in gamer. I like all. But for a long time, I didn't like Sony. Back in 2005. I'm a bit off track here, but yeah, the PSP I didn't like much at all. While Sony always make a good quality TV or a PlayStation, it's very, it's always HD, it's always got good sound, it's optical out, it's designed for home theatre or professional equipment, which I like. Sony make good equipment. My camera's a Sony camera, my TV's a Bravia. I love my Bravia TV, They did the same with the PSP. They made a high quality screen, it was a very big screen, very bright, But the battery life was rubbish, and the game selection was crap, and the UMD movies, while it might have seemed like a good idea, was just not, It would have been better if the movies were digital distributing, like every time you buy, like a Blu-ray or something. I got Harry Potter here, you buy like a combo pack and you get a digital version, They should have had something like that for PSPs. But, so, I've never been a big fan of Sony. But, when I got my PS3, and I've been playing it a lot lately, it's about the games for me. It's not about the console, it's about the games. But, there's things that I like about Sony console, and there's things I like about Xbox, and there's things I like about Nintendo. Let me break that down. Nintendo always make a really good quality handheld console, whatever it is, when you buy a Nintendo, you know you're getting something good. And when I say good, I mean design-wise, longevity. You know, the consoles are so robust. They're designed to last so well. The first Nintendo DS, that thing was a gun with, like, you know, 8 hours battery life. And then the new ones, the newer consoles they released, like the DS Lite and the DSi, had even more battery life. The 3DS battery life isn't as much, which some people have complained about, but, I mean, you know, it's new technology, uses more power. The Wii, you know, fantastic system. You know, not everyone likes the type of games that are on the Wii. Then if we look at the Xbox, now the Xbox has had a very, very rough sort of journey. The first Xbox, Xbox One, was very large. The console itself, I didn't mind. I didn't mind that size. I actually like the Xbox One design. I actually think the Xbox One design is very nice. The way it's designed, the X on top, I like that. It looks very cool. But the very first controller was chunky as. No one liked it. When they released the S controller, that's when Xbox hit the mark, and a lot of people started buying the new controllers and were more forgiving. When 360 came out, you know, they announced a lot of great features. The USB ports, things like that. They were pushing. I remember they were pushing the iPod connectivity and things like that. You know, at first, you know, it was very, very strict with what you could plug in the USB on it. You couldn't just copy any music to it and play it. But eventually they found their way. Now it's pretty much versatile. You can play any video, you can play any MP3. At first it had to be certain MP3s or certain videos. No DivX was allowed and stuff like that. But the biggest hurdle for Microsoft was the red ring issue, which we all know about. We've seen it parodied a million times. For me, the red ring hasn't affected me that much. I know it's affected some people a lot more. My first Xbox I had for 5 months, and I was playing Gears of War a lot on it. After 5 months, I got my first red ring. Now, everyone says it's an overheating issue on that. It's actually not. There's a few things that cause a red ring issue. It depends on the console. My console, my Xbox, I'd never moved around. I had it sitting on a shelf, so I wasn't in a cabinet, it was on a shelf in open area. So I had plenty of airflow. So I don't believe mine was a heat issue at all. And my red ring of death was a different red ring. You could turn it on, and you could do whatever. You could turn it on, but the wireless controller wouldn't work. The infrared controller worked, but the wireless controllers wouldn't work. But you could, I think if you had it plugged in by a cord, it worked. So the wireless was dead on mine. The red ring killed the wireless, and the red ring would flash, but you could play the games, everything. And I remember I was just playing Gears of War, and it just happened, and it rebooted, and that was it. It was dead. So something cooked the wireless card or something. Maybe there's a surge, I don't know. So that was my first red ring. I still had warranty. Took it back. Got a new Xbox. That new Xbox hasn't red ringed since. But I always knew it could, because it's still, you know, people were still getting a lot of the issues. A lot of the red ring issues were caused by overheating. A lot of the times I heard that the motherboards that were manufactured for the 360, when they're pressed like that, I heard the machines were pressing too hard, and they were actually cracking a lot of the, not cracking in half, but damaging a lot of the circuit pathways on the motherboard, which made them the connectivity reduced a lot. So you got a metal track like that with a crack in it, the signal can't travel as far. It's like imagine a crack in a road. If you're going full ball down a road and you hit a crack, it's going to make your car boom, 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 and slow down, you know. But if you're going down a fast road and there's no crack, you know, you can, no problem, fully smooth, you know. And if any of you work in computers like I do, I've got an example here. See this ×2 copper PCB? That's because the way a motherboard works is you got the bottom layer, then you got a sheet of copper under that, and then you got the top with all the pathways. Now that extra thickness of copper is better for the for the motherboard when you push down. They're usually in the gigabytes, they're usually the UD. So either UD2 or UD3 or UD4 means ultra durable. That means it's got the more copper. This has got it anyway, even though it doesn't say UD2. So a lot of Xboxes had that issue, and that's why they red ringed. So, you know, a lot of people gave shit to Xbox, but I don't think it was fair. I mean, Xbox had Gears of War, and I love that game, you know. So, with Sony, when it came out, there wasn't much that appealed to me. All the games, most of the games were on Xbox anyway. The only things that weren't were things like God of War or Uncharted. You know, so Sony hasn't really had their problem yet. And this is their problem. Excuse me, got a bit of phlegm. This is Sony's big problem, the PSN. Everyone's gone through it. Except Nintendo, really. When you think about the Wii, they haven't really had any big issues. I can't think of anything. I mean, Nintendo's always battling with piracy, that's it. But all consoles are. So this is Sony's big issue. The PSN hack. Now, a lot of people want to jump ship, change consoles, blah blah blah, jump up and down. Oh my God, Sony betrayed us. You know, Sony haven't done anything wrong. It's the hackers that infiltrated their network. But that being said too, Sony were slightly negligent with their security. It's not their fault though. You know, sometimes, you know, there can be security holes that you don't know about, you know, until someone says, hey, you know, this door's open, you know. And I've been a victim of being hacked before. Someone's hacked my website before, and they planted phishing files on there and tried to hack the Department of E-Trade, you know, and I had no idea how they even got in there, you know. So, you know, these things happen. So you shouldn't really be angry at Sony, you know. It's more the hacker's fault. But the bottom line is, do I care that my details may be exposed? Yes and no. So far, I haven't seen any of that information put up anywhere. Any details, usernames, passwords, addresses, or anything put up anywhere. I haven't seen any credit card numbers published anywhere. I haven't seen any of that information put anywhere. So I don't know why people are jumping up and down. Like, yeah, it's scary to know someone has that information, you know. But if someone hacks your bank account or they access your unauthorized access to your bank account, the banks let you know most of the time. You know, they know when something fishy is going on. And if you see anything fishy on your account, you call up the bank and they take it from there. You know, most of the time they refund your money anyway, and then they look into the issue. Well, I know that's the case in Australia. So I think people are overreacting, is the bottom line. You don't need to jump up and down and be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. I'll never play on PSN again. You know, I don't give a shit. The only thing I'm pissed off about is I can't go online. I want to go online. That's the only thing that's annoyed me, you know. So the point of this video was really to say, I mean, you guys really need to calm the fuck down. Everyone has their bad day. It doesn't matter what sort of electronics you're in. You know, if you make hard drives, you'll have a bad batch. If you make CPUs, you'll have a bad batch. Look what happened to Intel and their Sandy Bridge, their first lot of Sandy Bridges. Oh, sorry, not the Sandy Bridge. The Sandy Bridge motherboards for the CPUs, you know, had an issue. Xbox had their red ring. You know, Sony now has their PSN hack. You know, emails, websites are hacked all the time. You know, it's part of the digital age. You know, and to think someone's going to get your credit card and take all your money, you know, they can't do it. You know, you can say to the bank, hey, you know, I didn't authorize this, and most of the time they'll spring into action and follow it up anyway. So you guys need to calm the fuck down and just relax, and hopefully PSN will be back online soon so we can play some online games. That's it. I just wanted to do an update. I just thought people were overreacting a bit. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is my first PS3 video that's not a review. So yeah, cool bananas. See you next time.